Yeah. Hey YouTube, happy Halloween. Figured I would debut the new channel's artwork for the only picture I ever put up because I'm lazy and I like it. The thumbnail is now sporting a eye patch on the Credible Crypto Corgi because she had her left eye removed. And it's a pirate patch, so I kind of like it because it's Halloween. So it's a nice day to debut it on. But it's going to be sticking around for longer than just today. She seems to be recovering well. She had a few little hiccups here and there. Had what looked like maybe an infection, but the antibiotics I think are clearing it up pretty well. So, and I don't know if I had mentioned, but the biopsy came back on the eye, and she's all clear as far as it was just a benign tumor. So moving on, I did want to touch base on a few things. I guess first off, the markets in general, we seem to be putting in a little bit of a bounce, and that's not surprising. People are generally bullish during October. Today's the last day of October. Uptober, I guess. I don't think it's going to be. I don't know how long this might be sustained. Sometimes November, December, finish out the year strong, but it's hard to tell because I'm not generally. Nothing's changed in the macro. World War III looming around the corner. Anything can happen. So, it's nice to see a little bit of a bounce, but up, down, or sideways. I've been saying it for a while. Same projects I always mention. There's been, a few developments here and there. Nothing major. HNT, Helium, looks to be pretty weak still. Holding out hope that maybe the partnership with Solana is going to just drag it into the future. And the 5G work they're doing hopefully will create some sort of strength for the token as well. The team is also involved. Well, a lot of people are starting to talk about a new project that kind of utilizes Helium or plans to utilize Helium. It's still like pre-beta testing. It's called hivemapper, and it's basically a dash cam that uploads 4K resolution pictures. So they aim to compete with like Google Street View, and they believe they can sell the data because they look at like how much the data is worth that Google is using. And there's been, I've heard back and forth, bullish and bearish things about the project. Bullish to the point where, yeah, it could be valuable. Bearish where it's like, well, nobody really pays for the pictures. The money that's being generated is like the traffic analytics, like the data, like, a highly trafficked areas, low trafficked areas, accidents, all that stuff. And I see points to both. Hivemapper does have long-term goals to add that layer in the future. Long-term goals are always very questionable because you never know if they're actually going to get off the ground. It is interesting as far as, if you already do a lot of driving. The way I heard it described, which I liked the thought of, is like it's not something you should go out and do to go make crypto because you might be disappointed. But if you already do a lot of driving, it might be good auxiliary. Like if you're an Uber driver, if you're a taxi driver, I don't know. If you're a mailman, maybe you drive a lot, UPS delivery, Amazon delivery. So one of the drawbacks is the unit is pretty overpriced. A normal dash cam you can get pretty reasonable, but this thing is selling at, there's two versions of it, like $500 and $600, something like that. Although in the pre-order phase, you will qualify for an airdrop of 500 honey tokens, which is the token that they will be utilizing for reward payments. It's brand new. It's not even listed, it's not even released yet. So who knows what 500 honey tokens will be. They are taking a lot of, trying to take a lot of learning points from how Helium had their growth pains. They're trying to follow the model where it incentivizes early investors so that it attracts a lot of people, which is obviously good, but then deal with the volume of people that comes with it. Who knows if they're going to be successful or not? Supply chain is still a thing. So right now, if you pre-order, I think they're trying to say they will fulfill all the pre-orders by the end of the year. That seems overly optimistic to me. I think some will trickle into early next year. And, so, and my thought is, best case scenario, it becomes wildly successful. And, it's a good project to get involved in. Worst case scenario, you have an overpriced dash cam, kind of like the Aware sensors, whereas you have a unit that measures your air quality and does nothing now because the project fell through the floor. So best case scenario, Aware could have been a great project to be involved in that made passive income every day. Worst case scenario, you have something that monitors your air quality. So that's kind of how I see this project. Best case, worst case. Although somewhere in the middle case might be the project does a Helium 2.0, where it looks like it's going to be wildly successful in the beginning, blows up, everyone's making a ton of money, and then people find out that there's some things that could be better with the project, and it takes a nosedive. So in that middle case scenario where there's bullish and bearish thoughts and sentiments that play out, if you're one of the early investors and you can make your investment back, and maybe a little extra on the side, and you just cash out pretty regularly, that could be a good thing. Although, that's not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence and research. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm unsure as to how involved I want to get with this. I think I've made up my mind that I do want to get involved, but it's not like the hotspots where you can. It is and it isn't. You can't get a fleet of these things. Like with the Helium hotspots, you could get a bunch of your friends and say, "Hey, can I put this thing at your house?" And it's very easy, and it doesn't require you to do anything. It doesn't use energy. It doesn't use much energy. It doesn't use much data. It just sits there and does nothing. With these things, you can't go to a bunch of friends and say, "Hey, can I put this thing in your car?" It's going to be some uploading of data. It's going to be something you'll be tracking when you're driving. It's kind of more involved. So I don't know how useful it might be to be like, let's deploy a fleet of these. Unless you are a taxi driver and you've got a bunch of taxi driver friends, maybe that could work out for you. But yeah, I think this might be a one and done scenario, and I don't know. Who knows? So moving on. The loaded lions. Still waiting on the hoodie. I have a feeling it might take a while. I'm really hoping it gets here where the weather is still appropriate to wear a hoodie. I think it will. So there's, a lot of teasing going on in the Loaded Lions community about the more utility for the lion holders in the metaverse. Maybe a game, some land being released. Who knows? It's all up in the air. What I would really like to see, and a poll that's recently been released, is utility in the app. If you're a lion holder, you get maybe a small boost on APRs for your interest you earn or whatever, or maybe like a reduced fees, extra staking, something that could easily be implemented by crypto.com, and make the lions very attractive to hold. Again, this is their flagship PFP project, and I think they should have a lot of reason to make it successful, other than some of the things that we've seen so far. Development has been slow, but especially in the middle of a bear market, it's impressive to see any development at all right now. So even just getting hoodies out to the holders could be a pretty cool big thing. Would be nice. All right, that's about it. Maybe I'll try to make another video shortly. I'm lying. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not going to do one shortly. I'll probably make another video in a week or so. I'll see you guys then. Remember, like and subscribe to the channel. Trying to grow the channel. Would love to do another giveaway. Not anywhere close to it at the moment with the amount of subscribers, but if I get to, let's just say, 200 subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. I'll figure the details out. I've probably got another 1.5 years to figure that out. So stay frosty. Have a good Halloween. Stay safe.